only know of one other travelogue that preceded his. That was the travelogue of a Shilla period monk 1,000 years before, who went to India and to China. Hecho was that monk. So you don't have a lot of travelogues in Korean literary collections. So Park Jie-won's 열하일기, 열하 diary was really a different kind of a thing. And the fact that he wrote a travelogue was different, it was groundbreaking. And his travelogue, we call it a travelogue, but it was more than a travelogue. It was an excuse for him to put all sorts of comparisons and all sorts of things in. Some of it was pure shit-talk, criticizing the way the Korean society was operating and to suggest new and different ways. He was very analytical and scientific for his time, and that applies, it comes out in the travelogue. The other works of Park Jie-won that he's famous for, he wrote a lot, and he's well known for his satirical novels. Some of them appear in the 열하일기, in this travelogue. He just throws them in. I mean, the travelogue is 26 chapters, it's huge, in 10 volumes, large chapters, and 10 external volumes with 26 chapters inside. And he has some stories, some satirical stories. His most famous one is the tale of Ho-saeng. Ho-saeng was a man who was devoted only to study. His wife had to do all the work. They didn't have any servants either. Most Yangban have servants. Park Jie-won, through this story, criticizes how corrupt and out of focus the literary tradition has become by looking at Ho-saeng, who was only concerned about study, and his wife had to do all of the work. And then he goes on and he discovers business opportunities. It's a very satirical and very funny kind of novel. Park Jie-won had a great sense of humor. A great scholar, a great representative of the shidduch tradition.
Well, I thought it was really brilliant how Dr. Mark Peterson interpreted that travelogue was an excuse for Park Jie-won to put all sorts of things he wanted to talk about, since a travelogue is essentially a book about a journey, and while you're on the road, anything can happen. So the book can contain anything in it. And that aspect of the journey made me choose a calligraphic style called butterfly, which actually I've been developing for the last 17 years, mainly on the road during my intermittent travels to different places. And the style, the look of it actually was inspired by the way how a butterfly flies, the movement of it, and it also reminded me of the infinity symbol. So I combined these two elements, and the painting you're seeing right now is an example of that, and you'll see more of it from now.